It's no secret that when the Google Pixel 6 Pro was released, it was considered incredibly buggy by most, and completely unusable by some. I personally didn't experience all that many bugs, and I put out a video at the time going over mine and other people's experience at the time, but that was over 6 months ago, and now Google has rolled out the full release of Android 13 to the Pixel lineup. So, is the Google Pixel 6 Pro perfect now? Well, let's talk about it. My Pixel 6 Pro got the Android 13 update about 3 days after the first release, and everything started off pretty great. But unfortunately, that feeling didn't last very long because it's pretty hard to experience the new OS when your phone runs out of battery constantly. The first day I had Android 13, my phone was on 5% before 6 PM, when I'd usually have 30% or more. What was going on? At first, I put it down to the fact that updating must have chewed through more battery than I thought, but the next day it died even quicker. So I popped it on charge, and there in my Google News feed, people were complaining that their newly updated phones were chewing through way more battery than normal. It seemed to be mostly idle drain and unrelated to specific app usage. So basically, I've been charging my phone an extra time each day for the past 2 weeks, and that kinda sucked. But luckily, there was a slight saving grace since the P6P can get from 0 to 50% in 30 minutes, so I could just plug it in while I showered, and that'd actually give me enough to last the rest of the night. Whew. Well, thankfully, halfway through writing the script for this video, and about a month before Google launches the Pixel 7s, they released a patch update for Android 13, which was supposed to fix the idle drain issue as well as a bug that took away the Pixel 6 ability to use wireless charging.
I'm taking away your wireless charging for good.
And I'm pleased to report that yes, they've fixed it. Okay, with the only new Android 13 bug I've experienced squashed, let's go through and see if they've addressed any of the bugs and issues that have plagued Android 12, and then we can take a look at a few of my favorite new features in Android 13. First up, did it improve the fingerprint scanner? I originally thought no, it didn't feel like it was any quicker. But there were so many reports of it being quicker. So I deleted my old fingerprints and re-registered my thumb twice, and it's still not quicker. But when registering my thumbprint, I did notice that it was asking for a lot more taps, and once registered, it actually does seem to be way more reliable when unlocking my phone, especially when I tap the reader at a weird angle. So for me, it's much more reliable, but sadly not any faster. But I do recommend that you re-register all of your fingerprints. Having gone through a bunch of Reddit threads to see which Pixel 6 bugs have survived the years, I'm happy to report that the general consensus seems to be that all the bugs are gone, except for the new wireless charging one on the 6A. So that's pretty great, and in my personal experience, it's been a pretty bug-free day-to-day. So how did the phone's design hold up? Well, it's still my favorite looking phone on the market, but that's mostly subjective. I just like that it's symmetrical and doesn't wobble on a table. And I definitely like it more than the Pixel 7. I'm just not a fan of the metal bar with the camera cutouts. As for the curved edges of the screen, I've dropped my P6P several times onto a variety of different surfaces with no screen protector and just the basic Google case, and it's still in great condition. The only damage I've noticed are these few tiny chips along the right side edge that I can only really notice if I'm in certain light and I'm looking for them. Much better durability than I would have expected, to be honest. The next big gripe on my list when the P6P launched was with Android 12, and that we lost the ability to control smart home devices while the phone was locked. This meant you had to unlock your phone just to turn on a light, and it made the Pixel Stand even less useful because it lost its Home Hub functionality while charging the phone. Well, continuing the good news, Google has reverted this in Android 13, and you can now choose to allow smart device control while locked or requiring an unlock. This is brilliant, and you don't have to worry about anybody that picks up your phone having control of your cameras, because as of now, you can actually only toggle your lights without an unlock. This might annoy some people, but my lights are the only thing that I really need fast access to, and I'd prefer that the worst thing that can happen is a phone thief can just flick my lights on and off. While the Pixel 6 Pro remains one of the leaders in the camera department, and the photos are consistently fantastic, it still wasn't perfect. So did Android 13 or a year of updates perfect the experience? Well, they added Material You theming for the icons. That's nice, I guess. As for actual features, they moved the mode icons lower to aid reachability, and added speech enhancement to selfie video to help remove any wind noise. Apart from that though, the experience is much the same as it was at launch, so everything from my previous video still stands. There's also no noticeable improvement to the speed of swapping lenses, so I guess that must actually be an SoC speed limitation. I really hope the Pixel 7 has smoother lens switching. Night mode photos still unfortunately take longer to capture than I'd like, even though the results are always really good. Alright, now on to a few of my favourite additions in the new Android 13 update. I really love the new Now Playing widget that sits in the notification shade while content is playing or has recently been played. It themes itself using the album art or thumbnail of the content. It's bigger now, so quickly tapping play or pause is much easier, and you can also use the play bar to scrub through the media without even having to open the app. And hey, the little squiggly line is a bit fun too. There's a new audio output selector which lets you change where your phone outputs the audio to, whether that be your phone speakers, your Pixel Buds, or any other device you have connected. This has worked flawlessly for me so far, and I'd love to see it go even a step further and allow for instant casting to any Google Homes you might have. A great addition for anyone with the new Pixel Buds Pro is the new active noise cancellation controls found in the volume menu. Sure, you can just tap on the earbuds themselves to change A and C modes, but being able to just change to a specific mode instead of scrolling through via tapping away in your ear is just better for some people. Some people don't like doing that, and other people actually have trouble with it. So, this is good. More audio additions include fast pair for more devices and lower latency audio, which is so important. The final few new software additions that I think are worth mentioning are quick sharing of copied text that also lets you edit what you copy before you paste, which I absolutely use all the time. You can also now set a different language for individual apps, which I'm sure will be very helpful for some people. And finally, they've added the ability to turn on the flashlight using QuickTap, which is just a shortcut that registers a quick double tap on the back of the phone. So, is the Google Pixel 6 Pro perfect now? Sadly, no. But that doesn't mean it's not a top tier phone in my opinion, with any issues I have with it being pretty minor, and average users probably wouldn't even be able to notice them. And to be honest, I think it will remain competitive even after the Pixel 7 launches next month, since even the rumors don't seem to point towards it being much more than an incremental update. Basically seems like it'll just be a new SoC, so it'll run a bit faster, and maybe the camera swap will hopefully be smoother. But for everyday use, I don't see most people even being able to tell the difference. Let's be real, it's a very Apple move. That being said, there have been, once again, rumors about the Pixel Ultra. If these are finally true, then that could be a very big deal. The Pixel series kinda started life as a very enthusiast level phone, and there's a lot of us that would love to see Google just go absolutely balls to the wall with the most impressive tech available, but only time will tell. And I'm not even sure if Google would be able to stop it leaking even if it was true. So, do you think there's a chance the Pixel Ultra exists, or are you still one of the people experiencing Pixel 6 bugs, and you're just sitting there cursing me for even daring to say that it's bug-free? Well, tell me down below in the comments, and a like or sub to the channel would be greatly appreciated if you enjoyed your time here. Thanks a bunch, and you'll see me in the next one. See ya! Credits are rolling.